Welcome to the Business Growth Spotlight, where we shine the light and talk with business leaders from all over the world who are here sharing their expertise and wisdom so we can all grow together. I'm your host, Heidi Schalk, co-founder of HLH Growth Solutions, and we help businesses grow using outside-the-box visibility strategies. If you're new to the podcast, welcome. We're so excited to have you here today. You're in for a real treat with my special guest. And please stay to the end because I have a gift just for you. But without further ado, I want to introduce my guest today, Victor Penev with Edamam. So Victor, welcome to the podcast.
I'm great to be here. Looking forward to it.
I am excited to chat with you. So Victor, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, about Edamam, and your role within the company?
Absolutely. So about myself, I guess the best way to describe me professionally, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've been at it for over 33 years now. I've built 4 companies. Edamam's the last one of those. And Edamam itself is the marriage of 2 of my passions about food and nutrition on one side and technology on the other side. So it was solving a problem around how to eat better and help people make the right food choices. And that's how it came about. And we've been building it for over a decade now. And my role, I guess I'm the founder and CEO. So the way I describe my role is I help everybody else do their job.
So can you share with us who's your target market for Edamam?
Yeah, so we sell to businesses. So we just a little bit of a background of what we do. We organize and structure food and nutrition data. That is anything around, the nutrient content of foods, meals, recipes, and then we build on top of that various applications such as meal planning, personalized meal recommendations, nutrition analysis, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So we sell all that to companies that are in the food, health, and wellness space. So just to give you some examples to put meat on the bone, so if you go to, let's say, Food Network, we provide the nutrition data for the recipes there. That's one example. Amazon uses this for Alexa. If you ask Alexa questions, how is Caesar salad gluten-free? That's data that comes from us. Other places is like Noom is a client of ours. We help with recipes that are companions for GLP-1, for example, Virta Health. We work with companies like Nestle and Microsoft and so on and so forth. So this is the type of customer. And then, of course, we have lots of app developers and engineers. So we have something called APIs. For people that are not in the technology space, those are essentially machine-to-machine ways to talk. And so the APIs are provided as a self-subscription service, and we have over 200,000 developers that have started building there. And so we have quite a few apps out there using our data, which we even don't know who they are. They just use us, and we're excited to spread good data around the world.
So Victor, your mission at Edamam is pretty bold, helping people live to 120 years without chronic conditions or mental illness. So can you share with us how this vision came about and what it means for your company's roadmap?
Yeah, it came about. I wouldn't say that we started with the 120-year, goal. We started with food is a medicine, essentially. That was kind of our basic premise, our belief, that if you eat right, you can live healthy, long life without ever getting sick. That's where it comes from, without chronic condition and mental illness. Now, as the longevity space evolved, me personally, and just looking around, it turns out that probably 120 is an ambitious but achievable goal for most humans. So that's why we want to get there. Everybody can live to 120. We just believe that food is a very, very crucial part of the equation to solve that. There's obviously sleep, exercise, contemplative work, social engagement, and so on and so forth. But food is very important. That's what we focus on. So the vision has always been, let's help people eat better, because if they do, they'll live healthy lives. And the problem we were trying to solve is that people don't know how to make the right food choices. The data is oftentimes conflicting, inadequate. There's all kinds of information all over the place. And ultimately people get confused and, order a pizza at the end of the day because that's the easiest thing. We try to help that be solved in a very convenient and easy way for everyone. So that's how it came about, basically trying to solve a problem that has the ambition of helping everyone.
I love the goal. I'm excited over it, and I hope that this happens because
Absolutely.
I'm over 50, so that's a lot of years ahead. If
Yeah, let's schedule a
this
podcast in
happens.
60 years from now.
Yeah, definitely. We'll bring you back. So you've described food and nutrition as a key lever for long, healthy lives. How do you see knowledge and data about food, when used correctly, changing the future of healthcare and longevity?
Yeah, it's a little bit what I described. Knowledge is ultimately what people use to make a choice about food. When you're driving home back from work and it's like, oh, what should I have for dinner? If you have a lot of knowledge about the foods, ingredients, what you have in your refrigerator, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, you can make that choice. So if you're in a grocery store and you're thinking through, okay, what am I gonna cook this week? Or what should I order? That all requires some knowledge and understanding. And that knowledge and understanding is not there fully, right? You have some notion, okay, well, Caesar salad is probably healthier than, I don't know, hash browns, but you don't know exactly what it is. And if you have enough data, especially if that data is married to your personal information and knowledge, your likes and dislikes, your budget constraints, your allergens, any nutrient intake, if you get even more in depth, you can have a personal virtue nutritionist. It's something that helps you understand you very well. That's when you can start making really easy and quick choices that actually fit you very well and help support your health. And that's why knowledge is so important. That's basically what we're trying to do. We organize the world's food knowledge so it can help people eat better.
So when you partner with the companies, like the companies that some of them you shared with us, to embed your solution, what key milestones or evaluation points do you look for to know that your process is working and delivering real impact?
Now, there's a couple metrics that we use. One is how many people we reach to, and that for us is very important. And that's why partnerships with companies like Food Network or Microsoft or Amazon are very key, because we think we reach well over 1 billion people with our data. That's kind of the main metric that we care about. But the reason we know it's working is because the companies actually keep renewing the contract. That means it's useful. It's actually doing the job it has. And that's how we measure success for the most part.
Yeah, I agree with you. When they're renewing, things are going well.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
So, Victor, food choices are often driven by impulse, habits, or environments, not just data. So, how does Edamam bridge the gap between data and changed behavior?
Yeah, this is the $1 trillion question. If we solve that, we're going to solve healthcare. We probably will solve the food industry, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So behavior change is notoriously the most difficult problem. And I think what is become available now with generative AI and the chat GPTs of the world and whatnot is that you can actually provide the information and data in a very intuitive way to the person trying to make the decision. Before that, it was difficult, right? If you want to decide something, you got to go to an app, log in, scroll through a bunch of screens. It requires work. But now you can have just a natural conversation, right? You can ask your personal virtual nutritionist, hey, what should I have for dinner? And that particular piece of software maybe is already connected to your refrigerator, knows what's in your fridge in terms of ingredients, and it can tell you, hey, what's going to be really good is I don't know, a piece of fish over rice, and you have those ingredients. You're missing three things. You want me to get it delivered to you? You say yes, and then a drone. It connects to your Amazon account. A drone comes, delivers them to you in front of your house just before you arrive. And then at the same time, something's connected to your kitchen robot that's already starting to chop the onions. All of that is data and that's knowledge. But the intuitive interface that AI allows is actually what will make people the choice easier, because it will feel like an impulsive choice because you have a natural conversation, much like you would have a natural conversation with significant other, your kids. Hey, kids, what do you want to have for dinner? They can all answer the questions, and the AI can come up with a solution that fits for everyone, but yet is matching your health goals, your budget, your likes and dislikes, et cetera, et cetera. So I think this is the game changer, and that's what for us is the future of the company. That's what we're building, kind of a A personal virtual nutrition is powered by AI on top of all the data that we've collected.
Oh, yes. That was my next question, was about AI. So, because with AI and personalization becoming more common, how are you all leveraging emerging tech to bring real-time, individualized food recommendations?
We are, I mean, we're doing it, so it is a work in progress as with anything else. But what we are stepping on top is the foundation of this very rich database that we built. We've likely built the largest food and nutrition database in the world that's very accurate. And because of that, we can provide very accurate solutions. Now, AI is just integration of interfaces, whether it be chat, whether it be voice, so on and so forth. So we're building what we call an personal virtual nutritionist agent. I already mentioned that, which is essentially a number of different, they call agents, but they're essentially tools that help you to solve certain things. Food logging, you take a picture of something, or you say, oh, I had, 2 eggs and a piece of toast for breakfast. We can log that. Nutrition analysis, you might be taking a picture of a salad you ate, or just say, hey, this is the split pea soup I cooked. We can analyze that. It will be personalized meal recommendations. So you say, hey, I have salmon and asparagus. What can I do that actually fits my needs? We can recommend recipes, or we can recommend a full meal plan. We can help you if you have a dietitian, or you cannot afford a dietitian. We can provide a dietitian for you. So instead of paying $100 an hour, for $20 a month, you'll be able to actually talk to a would-be dietitian. Obviously, consult your dietitian. Don't take the advice, the whole disclaimer and everything else. But it can help you provide a meal plan. Here is your meal plan for the next week. And you can say, I just want 5 dinners, or I want 21 meals, or, I skip dinner, but I want very good recommendations for breakfast. That always data. And so that is how we think we can integrate in AI. And ultimately, we envision this living everywhere. It's in the cloud, it's on your refrigerator, in your smart car, on your phone, your smart glasses, everywhere, and it knows you. So whatever the context, it can react with you.
So basically, so I can understand this correctly, because I'm listening to everything that you're sharing. Work mainly, your clients are businesses. Are you getting the data though from the people who are using the AI? Is that where the data is coming from, the consumer? And then that data is helping you serve the companies who are supplying the food to the consumer?
No, we actually focus just on food data. We try not to get personal data. Our customers do that, and we don't want to compete with our customers. But when they understand a particular individual, they can call our APIs for particular data. So if somebody is diabetic, they would know how to call our API so we can serve meals for a diabetic. And so this is the facility that we're building for companies to do personalization without us having to actually access the data of the end consumer.
Wow. So I'd like to switch gears a little bit into growth, because how long has your company been? Yeah, I know you've built multiple companies. So focused on this company specifically, how long has this one been?
12, 13 years, something
Wow.
like
Okay.
that.
So
Yeah.
you've been through quite a growth journey here. So
Yeah.
can you share with us, visibility wise, marketing wise, getting out there to the in front of these companies? Because some of the companies you work with are really big, really large companies. How did you get in front of them? How are you standing out from any competitors you may have? What are some things that maybe have worked for you in the getting in front of them, visibility, marketing wise? And maybe on the flip side, what's some things that haven't worked for you that you've tried?
Yeah. Yeah. So first of all, I want to say that we believe in marketing, but we don't believe too much in marketing. We try, actually, if we build the right product in the right way, we don't need to market it. So we spend very, very little on marketing. For the most part, we focus on solving a specific solution for a company. Getting to the large companies, it's a lot of hassle. I mean, that's the life of an entrepreneur. You're very specific. I know this company has this particular problem. I'm going to get out there and actually solve it. You have to find the right person, navigate the organization, get to a budget, all that stuff. Everybody that's run a business and sold to a big company, they know the pain of that. But it's persistence. That's basically it. That's persistence, cold calling, and knowing that your solution is valuable. Success feeds success, right? Once you get a couple big names, it becomes easier to get new ones. The one thing that we've done that I think is a very interesting angle and a tip is basically we reduced the price for most of our big customers, but we ask them to attribute us and say it's powered by Edamam on their websites, apps, et cetera, et cetera. That creates a lot of visibility for us because then we have a lot of inbound traffic. People see us on New York Times Cooking and say, oh, I saw you power New York Times Cooking. That actually creates quite a bit of visibility. And that's been a very, very useful tool for us. That's why we don't spend too much money on marketing, because people discover us because of that reference. And then, of course, there's customer reference and whatnot. What hasn't worked is traditional advertising. For sure. The most successful things for us is, referral marketing, attribution, and going to conferences, because at conferences, you get to talk to the decision makers. You find the person, you lock eyes with them, you have a conversation, and that substitutes for, 6 months of chasing back and forth on LinkedIn or email. So conferences and the attribution is what's worked for us.
Yeah, and those partnerships matter. Yeah.
Exactly. Spending time together. The pandemic was a weird time. We did okay. And then just to answer another part of your question, how do we differentiate from our competitors? We are actually not that obsessed with, just every single milestone this quarter. We kind of take a long-term view, and we've seen 3 waves of competitors come and go. It's for us, it's just more staying power. That is the way to approach the business.
Yeah, you don't worry about what other people are doing. You're focused on your goals, your mission, and you keep moving forward.
Yeah, exactly. We want to help people live long life.
Focus on the 120 years.
Right, exactly.
What's next for you and Edamam? Like for the next 12 months, what are the big goals that you have?
So we're super excited about AI. I mean, we already have built a bunch of solutions, recipe data set, image food logging. We just launched an AI meal planner, which is the first of our agents, and we want to expand that. There's a lot more work to be done. The AI meal planner, we'll probably do after that AI food logger, connect the 2 agents together, and start building that future personal virtual nutritionist that we described. So for the next 12 months, it's heads down, trying to do that, execute on that, and see how the market takes it. We have a lot of interest from companies, but until you put the product into the hands of actual people, you don't know how it's going to be.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be great. Okay, let me ask you this question. If I could give you a magic wand, Victor, and you can go poof on one challenge or issue that you're having right now that could hold you back from achieving that big goal, what would it be and why?
The challenge, I think, is, and that's not challenge just for us, it is for everyone. AI is a very binary, a black and white type of situation right now. People either love it or hate it. And the middle ground is somewhere lost, the ability to start adopting it. So in a meaningful way that actually serves your business, because there are people that rush into it and then get disappointed after, a few years, because it's overhyped to an extent. On the other hand, there are people that's like, it's not worth it. We're just going to go. I think the magic wand I would use for the challenge for the next 12 months is, just getting people to a realistic expectation of what AI can do, so that we can all get and actually build something. So that would be it, for the next 12 months. If you ask me for the next, 20 years, then it's a completely different answer.
Yeah. So Victor, as a serial entrepreneur, self-proclaimed serial entrepreneur, you've built and sold multiple companies, what leadership lesson or mindset shift can you share with founders who aim to build purpose-driven health tech or just businesses?
Yeah, so there's 2 separate answers to that. One is, and by the way, apart from building companies, I've already mentored over 200 companies. And I really have found my specialty in helping people in the darkest moments when it's like they're about to give up. But there's 2 things that really make a successful entrepreneur. That's passion and patience. So if you're passionate about what you do, it doesn't matter, because if things go south, you get up and you're excited about the work because you really love it. And patience is because things take time. People read those stories of how something within a year become $1 billion company, and those do happen, but they're the rare occasion. Most of the time, you really need to kind of muddle through and whatnot. So the two things I think you need to cultivate in yourself. First of all, find what you really love and do it. And then arm yourself with patience and just know that when you're about to give up, you have to make another step, one or two more steps. And the other leadership lesson, I think, is what is known colloquially as lead from behind. But the role of a leader is not to dictate where we go, but to help everybody else do their job. I'm proud that in my last company and in the previous, but this one, we've never actually had to fire or anybody leave. So everybody comes in, we get them motivated, inspired, and they contribute. If you help people and give them the right challenge and the right environment, they get motivated, they get inspired. And I think this is the best leadership lesson, and just you build a family essentially.
So last question, if I could bring you back and we could revisit this conversation, bring you back in a year from now, what does success look like for you in Edamam?
Success would be that, and I try to be realistic, not out of this world. Success would be that our AI virtual nutritionist has been adopted by a handful of big profile companies, and they're using it and they're making difference in the lives of people.
I love it. I love it. So Victor, can you share with us how people can connect with you and learn more about Edamam?
Yeah, the best way is to find me on LinkedIn. I'm pretty easy to find. I don't remember my profile extension, but if you look for Victor Penev at Edamam, yeah, LinkedIn, and then victor@edamam.com is the email. Those are the two things I answer religiously. Everything else, you're probably not going to get an answer from me.
Perfect. So for those of you listening, if you're watching us on YouTube, thank you. Victor and I are appreciative. Please leave him a comment below. Let him know you were here. But you feel free to reach out to him, edamam.com, victor@edamam.com, and we will have all of his social media links that he provided for us, as well as his bio inside the show notes. So make sure you go check them out, check all that info out there and connect with him. He's a great guy. You've heard he's phenomenal. So go reach out and connect to him there. If you know of anybody that would benefit, or businesses, companies that could benefit from Edamam, please share this episode with them, as well as let people know that, tools are coming to get us to 120. That's exciting. I'm excited. So please share this episode out with others who you feel would benefit from hearing Victor and his message. If you're listening to us on your favorite podcast platform, we appreciate you. Thank you. Please feel free to share our episode. And if you could leave us a review, shameless plug here, of 5 stars, we'd love it. That helps the platform actually push these episodes out so we can support more businesses in their growth by hearing what Victor had to share about his business growth, and also help people live to 120, because that's like I said, I'm excited. Victor, I promised you all a gift, so I'm going to give that to you right now. If you are looking to grow your visibility, Victor, conferences work for them, partnerships work for them, and you're trying different things and it just seems like you're floundering in that area of growth, then feel free to download our Spotlight to Scale blueprint. You can go to spotlighttoscale.com/blueprint and grab that there. Also, the links in the show notes for you. Victor, I appreciate you and your time. So grateful. And like I said, the picture behind you, I just stare at it. I love it. And so I appreciate your time. Is there any last words that you'd like to share, on something maybe I didn't get to ask you or we didn't touch on today?
No, thank you very much. Appreciate both, the easy conversation and the fact that you like my background. It's nice.
If you want to share with our audience, who especially our YouTube viewers, where that is, that's absolutely a real picture. It's not a virtual background for those of you watching us.
It is a real picture. One thing that I would just share, and this is nothing to do with the business, take care of your health. Just make it a priority. Don't overwork yourself. Make time to mindfully eat, sleep, exercise, etc., because only then you can be actually fully present and make a difference.
I love that. Beautiful. Perfect. Well, thank you, Victor, for being here today. Thank you all for listening to us today, whether you're watching us on YouTube or listening to us on your favorite podcast platform. We appreciate you. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you on the next episode of the Business Growth Spotlights.